Hi, this is Dana, and here I am on my news feed, but what I want to show you today is how to set up your timeline. So let's go to the timeline and see what we can find there. And one of the things that Facebook gives you is the opportunity to actually take a little tour. So the first stop on the tour is your cover. You can actually put any picture that you would like here on your cover, and this is what people will see when they see your timeline. Now you can choose to change your cover picture, and I may do that. I may want to change it with Chicago picture that I took just recently, and I can position it, I can drag it and position it to where I want it to be, and I think this is what I'm going to select. And next, it tells you that you can actually see everything in one place. So for example, your friends, your photos, your maps, and your likes will be all in one place, so they are easily reachable. The next thing is your activity. Now, your activity actually logs all your posts and activities all the way from when you started on Facebook. So you can actually go here to change your privacy, and you can delete particular stories or delete posts. And one of the things to remember is no one can see what you do here. So this is your private place to be and decide what you are going to show on Facebook. Next is to rediscover your top stories. And this really refers to your timeline, because now what Facebook has done is actually made a timeline of your posts and your pictures and your shares on Facebook. And you can really go back to a specific time. And if something is missing, like for example, let's say that you had a wedding video that never went up on Facebook, you can actually add that on. And finally, you can highlight what's important. If something is important to you, you can click on the star. And if you really don't want something, or you want to hide it or delete the post, you can always click on this pencil to do that. And now we are going to end the tour and take an actual look of what this is all about. Now, I haven't published my new timeline yet. I think I want to make sure that it looks right before I do that. But on September 29th, it will go live and everybody will have their timeline on. Now, for example, this is, speaking of timeline, is my timeline. Where was I, for example, in August of this year? And what was I doing? Oh, I was taking a canine cruise and posting some other things. They're here having some meetings, having fun in the garden with my dog. And I can go back as 2010, for example. And what was I doing in 2010? Was I having fun with, I was having fun with the Kill Stream Chamber, changing my pictures on the old Facebook. And I can go back as far as 2000, and I can even go back to when I was born. I don't think I have anything there right now, but there isn't any reason why I couldn't add a newborn photo of myself here. And one of the ways that I can actually do this rather easily, let's go back to now here, is to, just as it says here, thank you for the tour, I can click on live events and add missing stories. And why don't we just try that out right now? Here they are. For example, work and education, family and relationships, living. So let's see what living is all about. When I moved, when I bought a home, when I added a roommate or a vehicle. And here are some things that happened to me: when I broke a bone, had surgery, became an illness, and some other life event. Or learned a language, got a license, traveled, or I got an award or some kind of an achievement, I accomplished something. Actually, I can add that on to my timeline now. From my timeline, I can also do status updates. I can include photos. I can just tell everyone where I am. If I wanted to do a link, I have to do that within the status update now. There is no longer a link. But this is something very interesting, all these thumbnails. If I were to go to my friends, all my friends will show up here. And if I wanted to really streamline what I get or whose updates do I get, I can really choose where to put my friends or maybe what lists my friends should be in. And I can also determine what kind of updates do I want to get from my friends. Do I want to get most updates, or do I want to get all of their updates, such as live events, status updates, photos, games, comments and likes, music and videos, and other activities. So I can check or uncheck what I want to get from them. I can also unsubscribe if I feel that I no longer want to be a friend with that person. So going back here, another tab is photos. And we are all familiar with that. These are my photos that I have. And, you know, they are all organized in albums and such. And here they are. By the same token, this is very, very interesting. My maps actually place me with an event. So, for example, there's 3 stories and 1 professional something series. I don't know. So, if I were to click on this little finder here, I will find that I actually tagged this to be Chicago, Illinois, and this picture is showing up. If I can always drag and look at Wheaton. Wheaton, actually, we were talking about this with Donna Watson, and we were at Ivy's of Wheaton, a great restaurant, by the way. If you're ever in Wheaton, you must stop there. And in Carol Stream, also with Donna, this is during a chamber meeting. We happened to be at the Holiday Inn in Carol Stream, Illinois. And finally, here are your likes, actually. The places that you like, your favorites, your music, your television, what really defines you. And you can share your interests. I haven't done a lot of this. I probably should if I want people to know what I am really all about. Something very interesting here. I can update my information, and now Facebook gives me a lot of really many of an opportunity to including my favorite quotations. I don't know, what is that? Go ahead without hesitation. An old samurai proverb. So that's probably my favorite quotation that I should add. But you know, where did I live? When did I live there? Etc. 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 And finally, here, view activity actually will give me an opportunity to review what other people have claimed to be. For example, Marlene and Sebastian both say that they are my family members, and you know what? Yes, they are. Sebastian, my cousin from Spain. Let's see, where's cousin? Cousin male. Where's cousin female? Well, anyway, cousin male, he maybe that's an option when someone is a cousin female. And I will say, okay, approve. So Sebastian, now you're in my family. And Marlene, she's my niece, and I will approve also. So let's just recap this a little bit and see where we are right now, and to see if I'm ready to publish this information actually. I have a list of everything that I have actually posted recently, and the comments that I have made and such. And there's a picture here that I am sure that my friend Teresa tagged me in because she knows that I love the Bristol Renaissance Fair. However, I am not in that picture, and I am going to actually untag it. And I'm going to show you next time, when on the next video, how you can actually set that up. So before anyone tags you, you actually have to approve it. A really cool feature. So you have a lot of control over what other people see. I see now that in September I have 13 new friends, that there are some pages that I like, and here are some more stories. Oh, there's my doggie, Nikki, and to commemorate September 11th. Never forget. As our black party, 30 pounds of pulled pork I made. It was delicious, and it all went. Anyway, so going back, if you wanted to see what else you have done, you can actually click on that, and all that information will come up. One of the interesting things that Facebook will do for you is actually condense your information as time goes by, so that you will have more of a synopsis, I suppose, as um, as your information gets older. So on the next video, I will discuss your settings. And until then, this is Donna with No Excuses, Mobile Marketing, Social Media, and Local Search. And by the way, I am going to go now and publish my page. Done. Yay! Now you should be able to see my timeline. Talk to you later.